So we are now into quarterfinal number one. Quarterfinal number one, Jamie Sterling in red, Kohei Shirakawa in white, Tamil Martino in blue, Masa Motihashi in green. Check in, quarterfinal number two, Kieran Taylor, Anthony Vella, Keone Keolana, and Yuri Dabrikow. Check in. Oh my goodness.
Woo!
The waves are continuing to rise. We've got some surfers trying to make it in from their last heat. And ladies and gentlemen, please be careful in the shore break. And watch out on the shoreline. All these waves are going to climb high up the beach in about 2 minutes. So just watch yourself in the shoreline. Don't make me ask the question, what is the third letter of the alphabet? C.
Ooh, and Set's continuing to creep out the back.
Here we go, red. This is Jamie Sterling, no stranger to the largest waves on the planet. He is a big wave surfer. He loves the big waves, and you know, Zane, he's out there looking for the biggest one he can catch. Maneuvering nicely on this one. You see? Wet shoes, wet socks. On the outside, this is green. Masa Motihashi. Banzai Kamikaze, our Japanese competitor. Beautiful wave here, long wall ahead. What's he going to do? Speeding down the line. Wow. Oh my gosh, he got obliterated.
Yeah,
Look at that
Masa.
wave open up on the end. Barrel and spit.
Whoa, that one definitely swung the widest out of all the waves we've seen. That one definitely came into the channel. Masa charging on that one. It looks like Masa lost his paddle. He's looking to recover it.
Oh.
Oh!
Catching air on the laydown, trying to look for his paddle. Hawaiian Water Patrol with the assistance. They can assist the athletes in recovering their equipment. The boards have leashes, but the paddles are just loose. So if you let go of your paddle, you will have to try and recover it. But thank you to the Hawaiian Water Patrol assisting with our paddle recovery.
Big mahalos to the Hawaiian Water Patrol. Really making the competitors feel safe out there. And guarding your friends and family's lives that are out in the water. Also, big mahalos to Turtle Bay Resort, Pacifico Beer, Maui Gym sunglasses, Amp Energy, GoPro cameras to get your POV view out in the water or whatever you'd love to do with GoPro 3, and Starboard stand-up paddle boards. Should we maybe like hype up some people?
You down on the beach with an interview from the last heat.
So if you're interested in the sport of stand-up paddling or surfing, please feel free to work your way up to the beautiful Turtle Bay Resort just up the coast here,
Yep.
where you could learn how to surf with the man sitting next to me on the mic, Rocky, and the rest of the team with Hans Hedeman Surf School. And if you ever make your way out to Hawaii during your ever make your way out to Maui during your Hawaii trip, please look up Maui Sports Adventures, where my family and I will take you and show you the best surfing, stand-up paddle experience.
Oh yeah, we're down here at Turtle Bay. We do a lot of stand-up paddle tours in and around the resort. Actually, with these big waves, there are some protected areas where we can do safe paddle boarding. So don't be intimidated by the large surf. We still can get you in a safe area surfing and stand-up paddle boarding at Turtle Bay Resort. Year-round fun at Turtle Bay. And some of the action on the beach there. You see our spectators checking out this day number 2 of the Stand Up World Tour, Sunset Beach Pro. This is our first day at Sunset, but we did have day number 1 at Turtle Bay. And the beach gallery is starting to fill up there down towards the eastern end of the beach. Hawaiian Water Patrol on duty on the outside. Looking good, helping us with equipment recovery and as well as keeping our competitors safe.
All right, all you spectators on the beach, thank you so much for joining us at the Sunset Beach Pro first leg of the Waterman League Stand-Up World Tour. Please get comfortable with us. Come closer, come in front of the booth. We have a bunch of Maui Jim sunglasses swagger. You could take home a nice souvenir of Hawaii for you. These beautiful Maui Jim sunglasses visors. We have Maui Jim sunglasses shirts with...
We got a beach towel to give away. You can use them right here today.
We also have some cool tin water canisters.
Stainless steel, brah. Reusable, recyclable. Reusable stainless steel water bottles. Eliminate the plastic. Time remaining in this heat, 16 minutes. 16 minutes and counting.
Let's do a raffle. Let's do a trivia question.
All right, those of you on the beach right here, we're going to do a little trivia question. If you were paying attention, we did say the winner of last year's event here for a stainless steel water bottle. Who won this event last year? Who is the defending champion of this event? Anybody? Who know who won this contest last year? Not Rob Machado.
Good guess, though. Thank you for participating.
Yes, Bonga Perkins. We got it right here. Man in the green shirt.
We got a winner.
All right. Heat number 2. Second call. Kieran Taylor, Anthony Vella, Keone Keolana, Yuri Dabrakau, check in. Larry, wait till we get our hands on you. Yaba.
And there's Larry Haynes, our water photographer, making his way out into the water, staying hydrated. It's hard work staying out in the water all day. Unless you're getting barreled.
Yeah, Larry's watching everybody else get barreled. Here we go, paddling in blue. This is Tamil Martino. And in red, Jamie Sterling, a little bit deeper. Both surfers not able to catch that wave. I believe we've yet to see from Tamil in this heat.
Yeah, Dave.
Nice shot of our lineup there. Surfer in blue. Tamil Martino, Jamie Sterling in the background. And we are going to take you down to the beach with Dave Bainey for a quick post-heat interview. So Tamil gets on the board as we sign off from Dave Bainey. Good job out there. Surfer in red from the last heat. And Tamil gets on the board. A nice couple of turns. You know, he's really got the stand-up style down. Transitioning with the paddle. Really nice, even flow. Good rhythm. So Tamil Martino out there on wave number one. And on the outside, it's Jamie Sterling.
On yet another macker. He's been definitely hunting down the biggest waves of the heat. He is familiar with this lineup out there, and that does play a big part in competing out at Sunset Beach. And it just races in front of him on that one.
Sterling headed towards the beach. I believe he's looking for equipment. And he's going to borrow a paddle from Anthony Vella. So,
all right, if we have a caddy for Anthony Vella or for Jamie Sterling, let's have somebody bring Anthony Vella either one of Jamie's extra paddles or one of Anthony's extra paddles. I'm sure we will find Jamie's paddle pretty soon here. Let's see if Hawaiian Water Patrol has it. Oh, I think we have a little too much cooks in the kitchen.
All kind of paddle shuffles going on. Meanwhile, White is up and riding. This is Kohei Shirakawa. And out the back, it is green Masa Motohashi. So we got back-to-back Japan riders. Masa down the line looking for a barrel, and he gets axed right at the bottom of the trough of that wave.
Man, I tell you what, Japan is having a great turnout at this event. They're really charging.
Yeah, impressive stuff from the Japanese surfers for sure. We're looking at a replay of the last wave of Kohei Shirakawa. And he was able to advance out of that round 1 into the quarterfinals. And then cutting to the last wave of Masa. Great line, but just got clipped at the bottom. Couldn't quite get around that one. Great effort, however, from both Masa and Kohei.
Yeah, it looked like Kohei was hoping to have that lip throw out over him, but just barely didn't do what he was thinking.
And here is Tamil Martino, our Peruvian competitor. So we got quite an international heat here. 2 Japanese surfers, 1 Hawaiian and 1 Peruvian, making it work. Nice couple of turns there. Unfortunately, the whitewash hits his board, got caught a little straight-legged, and he goes down.
Tamil is actually approaching the tour with a very good style and very smooth surfing. I believe this is his first turnout on the Stand Up World Tour here at the Sunset Beach Pro, and he's surfing really well.
And really talk about the equipment that you need out here, the leashes that you need on these kinds of waves, because the wave is hitting a board that is pretty big and bulky. It must really put a lot of stress on the leashes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, out here last year, I think I broke 4 leashes during the competition. And it wasn't just me breaking leashes. It was everyone. I mean, I swear every heat we had boards having to be recovered, and the Hawaiian Water Patrol was a big help last year because the waves were gnarly and big, and people were losing their paddles and boards all over the place from broken leashes. I'd say very trusty brand for leashes that you could use is Dakine. Dakine has a very reliable surfwear. And if you're a surfer in Hawaii, I'm sure that is one of your favorite brands to use as well.
A brand that I trust very much, that I've been a part of for the past 12 years, is XM. Also, they make a great lineup of big wave leashes and stand-up leashes and all kinds of equipment. So there's a little shout out for our respective companies. But Rocky Cannon, along with Zane Schweitzer. Zane's giving us the competitor's perspective. He's got a heat possibly coming up later today. And with the swell on the rise, you must be getting pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm actually really stoked to be up here with you and giving my perspective from what I know of the athletes and competitors' backgrounds, and coming from my point of view, since I've competed out in the water here before. And I'm definitely hoping that I get in the water for the event today, hopefully towards the end.
Yep, and well, if not today, definitely tomorrow. And it looks like we've got plenty of swell on tap, and we should be a go tomorrow. So we're going to be running back-to-back days here, and maybe even possibly into Sunday. We could be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday finishing competition, which is always lovely to go back-to-back-to-back.
Oh, well, hey, I'm not in any rush. Sure, why not? Well, conditions are looking good next few days, so might as well give all the community of Oahu and all the visitors something to come and watch during the weekend. And look at Cam, he's over there just barreling. We have one of our competitors out in the water doing a little warm-up.
All right, so Bill Davis from Atlanta. Where's Bill Davis? Bill Davis, you just won a prize at the Turtle Bay tent, so get on up to the Turtle Bay tent. But you got to get up, bro. Come on. Or can we do a delivery? Bill Davis, you won a Surf of the Bar t-shirt. Come on down and join the lineup and get a temporary tattoo from Surf of the Bar in Turtle Bay Resort. But Bill Davis, you just won a Surf of the Bar t-shirt.
All right, congratulations.
And I got to say a shout out to some family in Ohio. They're watching all the way from the Midwest. Dean, Duff, and the gang. And I got to say happy birthday to his wife, Kim, who is a birthday girl today. So happy birthday,
happy
Kim.
Birthday, Kim.
And big shouts out to all of the family, Kelsey, Kyla, and Katie, watching online. So you guys are hopefully staying warm, gearing up for the blizzard that could be headed your way. I know the East Coast is going to get the brunt of it, but it'll probably make its way across to where you guys are. So stay safe, stay warm, and stay tuned to standupworldtour.com and watch this competition over the next 3 days. We'll be here broadcasting live, and feel free to send me any messages that you would like shouted out online.
Oh, people getting taken out.
Oh,
Down the way,
whoa.
we have some visitors getting cleaned up by the shore break.
The jeans are now soaking wet.
Hopefully there's no phones or cameras in those jeans.
Oh boy. iPhones do not do well after they are touched by salt water.
Unless
I
you
know
get
from
life
experience.
proof.
Unless you got the life proof. So great, beautiful day here. Conditions improving as we go along. Surfers are performing well. Waves are getting larger. And just talking about my family in Ohio, they were here on Maui for Christmas, and we had a wonderful time staying at the Kaanapali Resort area. And I didn't even think about it. I should have hit you up, but I think we'll be there next year, so I'm definitely going to get your digits so we can come visit you when we're on Maui again.
Yeah, Rocky. Next time you come over there, that's my home. I live right down the street from Kaanapali, so you and your family got extra equipment, extra boards,
Yeah.
extra toys. Go have some
Solid. Right on. Time remaining in this heat, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2:30 remaining in this quarterfinal number one. Now, this is a very important round because the top two of each of these heats is going to go into the main round. So they are vying for qualification into the main round. Very important heats. Heads up on the shoreline. Watch out now. You don't want to get wet shoes. And the local crew from Santos, Brazil is saying a big aloha to champion Leco Salazar. So we got viewers tuning in from Brazil as well.
Yeah, boys. Aloha from Sunset Beach to the boys in Brazil. Santos, Ubatuba, Matazias.
And 1 minute, 35 seconds and counting down. We'll see if there's any more exchanges at the end of this heat. We saw Jamie Sterling get a couple nice ones. Masamoto Hashi was charging from Japan. Tamil Martino had a couple of nice, beautiful turns. Kohei Shirakawa also charging from Japan and going for it, Banzai Kamikaze style. Here we go on the outside. It is Masa. Can't get into that one. Red Jamie Sterling trying, and that you see some of the wind just blowing so hard offshore. Sometimes you're taking the drop with your eyes closed.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it is tough when you're trying to drop in on a 8 to 9 foot board. Some of the guys are even on 10-foot boards by 30 inches. And when you're trying to drop in on a ledge like that, the apparent wind is just climbing up the face and going straight up. As we're talking about steep drops, there's Jamie Sterling on a nice one. So as you can see, the spray from the wind is getting lifted up and thrown out the back. Every once in a while, you can see a Hawaiian rainbow off the top of the wave.
And Red working this one all the way to the inside. Jamie Sterling. And going to finish up with 10 seconds remaining. Watch the countdown. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah. Well, that concludes our first heat of round 2. We have our riders in round I'm in heat number 2, out in the water right now. In red, Kieran Taylor. In white, Anthony Vella. In blue, Keone Kealana. And in green, Yuri Dabrikow. When the judges are ready, we will start this next heat. Countdown in 3, 2, 1. All right. Caught with that crowd. Going. Remember last year, everyone was like.
Once again, a big happy birthday to Kim watching in Ohio. She just turned 21.
Where are you guys from? Florida? Nice.
And we got some visitors from Florida down in front. All right. Lovely to be here, right? We came here for a t-shirt. Well, we got one for you. Toss one down.
All right. Well, this is courtesy of Maui Jim Sunglasses.
Yeah.
All right. Aloha. Take it back to Florida and wrap it up.
Here we go. This is Keone Kealana in heat number 2. Weaving his way down the line and realizing a little too deep on that one. He kicks out. And if we could have a heat number 3 check in. Ertan Kozolini, Sven Peltonen, Jackson Close, and Mikey O'Shaughnessy, please check in. Meanwhile, White getting donuts, Blue bailing off his board.
Hey, Red Sox. Florida. I think I gave him a small one.
So heat number 3, get checked in. Ertan Kozolini, Sven Peltonen, Jackson Close, Mikey O'Shaughnessy check in. In the water right now, Kieran Taylor in red, Anthony Vella in white, Keone Kealana in blue, and Yuri Dabrikow in the green.
We'll get you guys to answer a question for us. Yeah.
And here we go. This is green, Yuri Dabrikow. He was one of our junior competitors at Turtle Bay, doing double duty here. Nice couple of turns for Yuri. He is our competitor from Brazil. In the water right now, we have one Australian, one American, one Hawaiian, and one Brazilian.
Sterling. Great surfing out there, Jamie. We have 19 minutes remaining in heat number 10 of the trials. Out in the water right now, we have in red, Kieran Taylor. In blue, Keone Kealana. And in green, Yuri Dabrikow. Out in the water next, probably hopefully have their jerseys and are stretching, getting prepared for their next heat. In red, Ayrton Cazzolini from Cabo Verde and Italy. In white, Sven Peltonen. In blue, Jackson Close. And in green, Mikey Shaughnessy. All right, you guys, while we have a bit of a lull out in the water, I'm going to give this time to do a trivia question where we will be giving away a Maui Jim Sunglasses visor. So if you guys are familiar with the Stand Up World Tour, which I hope you are, to win this hat, you're going to have to know who won the Tahiti event at Sapinus, the Sapinus Pro. So if you know the answer to this question, come and claim your prize. Who won the Sapinus Pro in Tahiti, the 2012? In red. Oh, just barely getting hung up on the ledge there. Well, the waves are picking up and the trades are too, making it a bit more of a challenge for our competitors to drop into these solid faces. Here's red on the inside. Kieran Taylor seeing if he could throw some tail. Kieran Taylor is riding a Starboard 7.7. Okay, you guys, I'm going to do a last call on our prize giveaway for this Maui Jim Sunglasses hat. If you know the winner of the Sapinus Pro, please tell me, and I'll throw this brand new hat down. Are you in the competition? Oh, yeah. What's your name? Okay, Christian, right on. Congratulations. It was Sean Pointer, Starboard Team Rider, who won the Sapinus Pro. Congrats, bro. Throw away the Opala. You. Yeah, everyone who's on the beach, as the wind and waves start to pick up, please kakua for the ocean and the land. Pick up all your trash before it blows away into the water. Ooh, up and riding on a nugget. This is green. Yuri Dabrikow. Milking it into the inside section. Wrapping, nice swooping cutbacks to the inside.
Rider assist is out, only equipment assist. Because a rider can take a caddy out there, so they should. So yeah. It opens up a can of worms of like taking off your leash and just getting a caddy.
How much more time?
Yeah. Yeah, how do you prioritize?
14 minutes. Just about 14 minutes remaining in this heat. Up next, in red, Ayrton. In white, Sven. In blue, Jackson. And in green, Mikey.
So just for your information, competitors, you are not able to receive assistance for your...
Hold on. Who said that? We can go from there.
So he's saying the jet ski.
So the jet ski will assist your equipment, your paddle mainly, but all surfers, you should have a caddy out there because if you break your leash or your board, you should have a caddy for assistance. If you get assistance personally from the jet ski, if the jet ski has to pull the rider out of the impact zone, the rider will be not able to continue surfing. As we see Keone Keolana doing well on this wave, down the line speed. Not able to get in front of that one, but nice top turns before that wave closed out. Twelve minutes remaining. 12 minutes.
We need to come up with like a format.
Well, for you online viewers that know the answer for the Maui Gym trivia, we apologize. We cannot throw a visor through the web onto your head, but thank you for participating. Glad to know that you're tuning in.
Should we maybe do another trivia question? What is the most pristine hotel on Oahu's North Shore? I'm guaranteeing more people because no one knows what the fuck. Is that a good one? All right, you guys. After we finish watching Red's wave here, Kieran Taylor from Australia. Looks like it's just closing out on him. So, we're going to do another Maui Gyms trivia question. And this time, we're going to give away a Maui Gyms towel. So, is everyone ready? This is a little more easier question for all of you folks who are just visiting here. So, what is the most pristine hotel on Oahu's North Shore? Oh, you can't
he
win.
got him. He's quick right here. Well, he's got a Turtle Bay towel, so he knows what's up. Come on up here. We'll give you another towel to add to your collection. That's Bill from Hotlanta.
Bill, you're on fire. Here you go, Bill. Bill, over here. Bill. Hey.
This is what we're going to do. We're only going to assist them.
Family of competitors in the competition today. Very very recommended that you have a caddy for this event, just in case anything goes wrong, whether you need a new leash, you need a new paddle, or even a new board. It is recommended that you arrange a caddy. And there's some beautiful whales on your screen from Maddie Schweitzer's camera angle.
There we go. Look at that big breach out there.
Oh, that was a
That's
big one.
a big humpback slapping on the water right there. Lots of spray. That's about a 7.5 breach score.
Because if the guy's stuck out in the zone, I'm not gonna go take his board out to him and drop him off in the zone. That's stupid. So it's better that we take them to the board where the board's at. Pick them up, because they're off the board. Pick them up, take them to the board, because the board's gonna be in here somewhere. Drop the bugger on his board, find his paddle, give him his paddle, and then let him paddle out. Then I would just call without a leash.
So competing out in this heat right now in red is Kieran Taylor. In white, Anthony Vella. In blue, Keone Kealana. And in green, Yuri Dabrikow.
That's what we done over the other
5 minutes and 50 seconds. 5:50 remaining.
They get caught inside, they're gonna lose the board. So we'll take him. So what? Take him to the board? Okay. Yeah. Right. And then let them pedal out on their own. Right. That's what we've been doing the other day.
Here we go. Blue, Keone Kealana.
There's gonna be carnage out there. They're gonna be all over the place and we're gonna be watching them swim. They're just gonna get worked. And they're going
Nice couple of turns there. Smart wave selection on this inside one with a lot more open face to work with. Keone just trying to get his scores down. Floating over that one, dismounting headfirst into the water. Yeah, the one thing you don't have to worry about here at Sunset is the water's kind of deep. You don't hit the reef as much.
Okay.
So, you gonna explain that to them?
Maybe
Okay.
you and Tristan want to jump on the mic or not?
No, Rocky's a better gabber than I am. Yeah, you get some pissed off fucking guys. Because they're gonna break their freaking board. They're gonna lose it. They get caught inside on there. They're gone. Okay, so that's the rule.
Giving a shout out to the Hensel Phelps group in Waikiki. They're tuning in, the construction company where my lovely girlfriend is handling her business in Waikiki. Hensel Phelps, big ups to you guys. And up and riding on the outside, this is red. And that is Kieran Taylor. Advanced out of his first round heat into this next heat. And also shouting out big aloha to Dick and Jan watching. I believe they're in Florida, Tarpon Springs. But we have a contest director here, Tristan Boxford, to explain our assist situation with the jet skis and Hawaiian Water Patrol and our competitors.
So aloha everyone. We just wanted to clarify it, obviously, because the waves are getting bigger and bigger here. On a stand-up board, you have far more chance of breaking your leash. It's a pretty heavy board. Here is a pretty heavy wave, and if you break your leash on your first wave, you could likelihood spend 20 minutes trying to get to your board. So we're making the rule, which is what we have been following the last few years, but we just wanted to clarify for everybody, all the athletes. Hawaiian Water Patrol is able to take you to your board, but then you're on your own from there. So they'll take you to your board, the thing that floats, and then you can make your way from there. So that is the ruling, the official.
All right, so should your equipment malfunction, which can likely happen out here at Sunset Beach with these big stand-up boards and these leashes, if your leash breaks, you can get assistance back to your equipment, but you must make it out on your own after that.
Exactly. There's no caddying from the Hawaiian Water Patrol. So
And it'd be a good idea, surfers out there, to have a caddy in the water just in case your board breaks or your paddle breaks, so that you'll have a backup piece of equipment.
time to make some friends on the beach.
All right, 20%, right, for the caddy of your winnings, if there are some winnings.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right,
All
thank
right.
you very much, Tristan, for clarifying that with everyone. We got to keep announcing that all throughout the day. Yeah, if anyone wants to be my caddy, let me know.
Okay, here we go. Up and riding in white. That is Anthony Vella. He was a beneficiary of the announcement we just made. He had broken a leash earlier in the heat, and now he's working on his backhand, trying to get some maneuvers in there for a
Woo!
good score.
Flying out the back of the wave. Good
Hey.
wave for Anthony.
Here's Blue Keone Keolana.
What was that? Yeah, I got it.
And Keone from Makaha. Stalling, trying to get in the pit right there. Nice positioning for Keone in blue. And once again, a big shout out to Dick and Jan Duff, watching from Tampa, all the way across the U.S. in Tampa, Florida. Enjoying some stand-up paddle action here at Sunset Beach. Now, I know you guys tried the stand-up paddling. Dean and everybody did stand-up paddling over in Maui and had a great time in flat water. This is quite different from what we experienced over on Maui. This is stand-up paddling in some very large surf. So if you can imagine what it was like on that flat water and put yourself in the position of these guys out here on these 10 to 15 foot waves, some of them even approaching the 20 foot in face value, and holding their balance and maneuvering that paddle while on the board can be quite difficult. Time remaining in this heat, 30 seconds, so we're going to count it down here pretty soon for quarterfinal number 2. The top 2 surfers will be advancing on. And a shout out to Sammy Sue, I love you. Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Judges ready? Here we go. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're just approaching the 1 o'clock hour here at Sunset Beach, Hawaiian Standard Time. What a beautiful day it is here in Hawaii at Sunset Beach for day number 2 of the Stand-Up World Tour 2013. This is event number 1, the Sunset Beach Pro. We ran 1 day of competition at Turtle Bay Resort this past Wednesday. Our women's division in the Turtle Bay Women's Pro was captured by Nicole Pacelli. And we had our Nakamakai Youth Challenge, our juniors division, and that was held also on Wednesday at Turtle Bay. And that was won by Poenaiki Rioja from Tahiti. So some international competitors doing very well in these Hawaiian waters over the last couple of days here. And in this heat right now, heat number 3, quarterfinal number 3, Ayrton Cozzolini in red. Watch this guy. He put on a great performance in round 1. Sven Peltonen in white. He's from the United States, New Jersey to be exact. Jackson Close in blue out of Australia. And Mikey O'Shaughnessy from right here in Hawaii, specifically from the Big Island. So Mikey's out there in the green. Calling up heat number 4 to check in, Keikoa Awai. Giorgio Gomez. And we need the first place finishers from Heat 8. First and second finishers from Heat 8. Pierre Duval from Quebec, Canada wins a Turtle Bay Resort t-shirt. Pierre Duval. Where's Pierre Duval? Pierre Duval, you just won a Turtle Bay Resort t-shirt. So check in at the Turtle Bay tent. If you'd like to win some free Turtle Bay gear here on the beach, enter the free raffle at the Turtle Bay tent. Here is green Mikey Boy O'Shaughnessy. He's an avid shortboard competitor, and he gets knocked off his board right in the impact zone. Gnarly wipeout for Mikey Boy. And up and riding in blue, Jackson Close from Australia. And he's got some nice open face to work with laying into that turn. You see how they move the paddle back and forth as a point of leverage and as a steering mechanism and for extra propulsion going down the wave. And Jackson finishes on that inside section, closing out here at sunset. The waves are on the rise, so we should see great competition throughout the day and into tomorrow. And check out this drop on the replay of Mikey O'Shaughnessy on that stand-up board. Nice bottom turn there. And then he stalls right in the section and then just gets blown. Gets the 1 foot off and then 2 feet off and gets pounded. Look at that breaking wave just collapsing right on his board. As we're watching a replay, we do have live action on the outside, but we're watching a replay right now of Jackson Close transitioning his paddle back and forth, and this set on the outside. Look at that, filling up your whole screen. That big wave right there in the 8 to 10 foot range, Hawaiian size, so 15 to 20 feet in face value. So heat number 4, go ahead and get checked in. Keikoa Awai, Giorgio Gomez, and the first and second place finishers of Heat 8 of Round 1. So we got viewers tuning in from Florida, Ohio, Portugal, Brazil, all around here, the island of Oahu, California. Also in Mexico, viewers are tuning in. So standupworldtour.com. If you just arrived on the beach and you want your friends and family to enjoy what you're watching, get your phone and text them the URL where you can view this live coverage. It is at standupworldtour.com. All one word, standupworldtour.com, as you see some of our visitors making their way around the beach here, checking out professional competition on the North Shore. If you're looking for high-performance professional competition on the North Shore, you have found it. Some of the world's best stand-up paddle surfers from around the world are here to compete in the Sunset Beach Pro, courtesy of the Stand Up World Tour, brought to you by the Waterman League and Turtle Bay Resort.
Do you surf today?
No, I really want to though.
But you don't, right? First thing in the morning or something? Or
What?
do you surf today at all?
Hawaiian Water Patrol on the jet ski, keeping a close eye on the competitors. And Hawaiian Water Patrol plays a big part in every surfing event, but even plays a bigger role in this particular event with these waves, because the surfers out there on these big stand-up boards are more prone to breaking leashes and losing equipment And with the paddles, with the big boards, assistance from Hawaiian Water Patrol is permitted. So Hawaiian Water Patrol playing a very important part in this Stand-Up World Tour event, the Sunset Beach Pro. Mahalo to all of the boys and the great job that they're doing on the jet ski and up in the tent, keeping a close eye on all of the competitors and photographers that are out there. And one photographer in particular that they're helping out a lot is Larry Haynes on board one of the jet skis, getting some great water shots for our post-production pieces.
Well, there's some great sets rolling out the back, Rocky. So maybe just after this wave, we'll tune you. Oh, looks like competitor in red did not get into it. Blue is swinging around for a late takeoff.
Oh, that's green, Mikey Boy O'Shaughnessy.
Oh, nice wave. It's going to provide a really good face for him to hit. Let's see what he does here.
Wow.
Holding on.
He just got
Oh.
engulfed. Yeah, and look at that wave on the outside rolling through unridden. If you could mind surf that one, that would be a fun one to ride. But just getting info from Mark Winchell of Turtle Bay Resort.
Go to him.
He got a private stand-up lesson booked for March for me. All right. And we're going to take you down to Anthony Vela in a few minutes. He's standing by. That surfer in white from the last seat had a couple of rough rides, but had some good rides as well. He's standing by. We'll take you down when we are ready. Mahalo to all the webcast crew here. Christian and O'Neill and the gang, keeping us live on the internet. All right, so taking you down to Anthony Vela on the beach. How was it out there, bro? Gnarly conditions. All right, we are back with heat number 3 in the water. You see Ayrton Cozzolini, I believe, yet to catch a wave. 10 minutes gone by in this heat so far, 14 minutes and 50 seconds.
He hasn't even caught a wave yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're watching from someplace cold, huddle up in front of the computer and keep each other warm. Bust out a cup of coffee or two as you see some of our spectators on the beach talking about the conditions.
Casper, give us a little shout out. What's up? Yee, that's Casper from
Denmark.
Denmark.
A Danish paddler.
So it might be a little late in Denmark right now.
Oh my gosh, big drop here for White Sven Peltonen. And the New Jersey native doing some nice work on this wave. Meanwhile, on the outside we got a taker, but we'll watch Sven's wave on the inside. Nice high line trimming there from Sven. Down the line speed.
Nice.
And Sven finishing a beautiful wave there. He's surfing with a bit of an injury. Got a couple stitches doing a downwind run the other day.
Oh.
So he's got a couple of stitches in his fingers, but looks to be okay from the looks of that wave, Zane.
Yeah, he's surfing really good. And Sven coming all the way from New Jersey, he seems really comfortable in these waves, and I'm sure it's from all the time he's spent on the water out here. I was talking to him out in the water 2 days ago, and he said he's been coming here for the last 15 years.
Sherry Brewer from Hanalei, Kauai. You won a Turtle Bay Resort t-shirt. Sherry Brewer? Sherry Brewer. Check in at the Turtle Bay tent. 12 minutes and 50 seconds counting down here. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Starboard Paddleboards. And check out the new Zane Schweitzer model. I heard it's the one to have from Starboard. GoPro. Check out the new Hero 3 available now. And check out the GoPro Lab at Turtle Bay Resort. Amp Energy, keeping us fueled and focused here today. Maui Jim Sunglasses. Pacifico Beer and Malibu Rum is in the house as well on the beach. As we see Mikey Boy O'Shaughnessy carving up that sunset right. And another nice little turn under the hook right there for Mikey. And yet another little stall turn right at the top. Free falls back into it. And he kicks out the Big Island Brother on his way back out for another wave. Also mahalo, of course, to the Turtle Bay Resort. The new and improved Turtle Bay Resort on Oahu's fabled North Shore. Featuring Surfer the Bar, our brand new venue. And also lots more stuff coming from Turtle Bay Resort. Right now, they are remodeling each and every hotel room to get it up to standard. And we're doing the first wing, and we'll be doing it wing by wing. So great stuff coming from Turtle Bay Resort. Be on the lookout for more new attractions there.
Athletes from the main event should come check in. We'll have a very short break.
I'm just a product of my environment.
I'll never forget what got me where I am today. And that's surfing, you know. The North Shore has every variety of wave you can think of, from the whitewash to some of the biggest waves in the world. And
Hawaii has some of the more well-rounded surfers because of this.
you know, you can test your skills from, 0 to 100. Right now it's the winter time, and put all my time and energy and focus into surfing right now. It's time to do what I do best.
Nine minutes and 45 seconds, 9:45 remaining. Here in quarterfinal heat number 3.
Should I go 9 or
Here we go on the outside. This is Ayrton Cozzolini. Down the line speed. The Italian stand-up paddle surfer from just outside Senegal, from a little island there. Hailing from that area, but identifying himself with Italy. Nice couple of top turns there.
Really
And
nice to
holding
s-
his own.
Oh, excuse me, Rocky. It's really nice to see surfers like Ayrton. He's a really progressive stand-up paddle surfer, and he's trying to push the limits every session he's out there. And coming from a kite surfing background, I see why he's doing these chop hops and alley-oops. He, with freestyle kiting, which he is good at. I don't know if you've seen it before, but it's all kind of air, twist, and board flip variations.
Yeah, very acrobatic and aerial type maneuvers done with the kite surfing world. So Ayrton bringing a little bit of that influence into his stand-up paddle surfing. Yeah, posing for some pictures down on the shoreline. Yeah, you're on TV. Shaka.
Yeah,
Hello.
you. All right.
We caught you posing for the camera, enjoying the beautiful sun, surf, and sand here at Sunset Beach. What a beautiful day it is, and this is the best way to enjoy surfing competition right here live and direct. You get to watch and see the competitors up close and personal, possibly get some autographs if you're interested. These guys really enjoy the lifestyle they get to live, so no shame in approaching them and saying hi and extending out a piece of paper or a pen with an autograph possibility. But you got your toes in the sand, the warm Hawaiian breeze blowing across your face with the occasional salt spray from the shore break. Beautiful day here, Aloha Friday, February 8th, our second Friday of the month of February. And meanwhile, out the back, huge waves. Big takeoff for Mikey O'Shaughnessy. Look at how high that wave is over his head. He's about 6'3" in height, so that just goes to show you how big that wave is. And he's on the rail trying to get some down the line speed. He does get out in front of it. Yeah.
Oh, man, and out the back.
Oh, he
some
pulls in.
bombers. Mikey charging that for that barrel in the end section. Those were probably the bigger sets we've seen all day now. We keep saying that, but I think that was.
They just keep building and building, coming in bigger and bigger. Heads up on the shoreline. We're going to have a little bit of a high surge here. Keep your stuff dry.
Oh. That was a close one.
Once again, don't make me have to ask you the question, what is the third letter of the alphabet? C.
I don't get that. What is it? I don't
Narrowly missing a wet beach bag was some of our beachgoers down there. And there's a nice shot of everybody spectating from the sand here at Sunset Beach. We've had a couple of visitors from Florida. We got some visitors from New York. Obviously, so happy that they're missing the blizzard. I don't know. Are you really missing the blizzard? Do you want to be back home in that 3 feet of snow? No, she's shaking her head. Not a chance. So nice to be here. She'd rather be in 2 feet of sand rather than 2 feet of snow.
I see nods from multiple people on the beach. Good to have you guys here. Maybe this is a good time to do another Maui Jim's trivia question. What do you think, Rocky?
You read my mind, Zane. I was just glancing at our swag package over there. We got some T-shirts to give away. Let's think of a good question.
How about...
I can hear the Jeopardy music playing in the background right now as we think of our trivia question. And time is waiting on us.
How about who could come up here and name?
All right, the first person that can come up here and name 3 brands of stand-up paddleboards. 3 names of stand-up paddleboards. Come on up, and we need to hear you.
I'll give you a hint. If you go look on the flyer for the event on the back of this painting, you'll see some.
We got a Maui Jim T-shirt here. You know the answer. Don't be shy. Come on. 3 stand-up paddleboard companies.
And some sets creeping on the outside. There's got to be
Winners on the beach.
Water bottle. or
Mikey
shirt?
boy trying to negotiate
good
this
job.
oncoming section.
I'm glad you
Actually,
guys
that
know
is
about
Sven.
Starboard.
That's Sven Peltonen. He was the surfer out the back on that big wave. Kind of difficult to differentiate on our screen from the light blue and the white. But that was Sven doing beautifully on that wave in white. And here's Mikey O'Shaughnessy. He's in that light blue green jersey, we're calling it. And he was able to fend off Ayrton Cozzolini. So Mikey,
Ooh, nice
stalling.
stylish paddle transition.
oh, and the board just gets flipped up on its side and tosses Mikey boy right off.
Oh my gosh, I see mountains on the horizon.
2 minutes remaining, and there are waves feathering way out there, Zane, and they got to be in the solid 20-foot range face value to be feathering that far out.
I see him starting to hit backyards over to the right. Let's see how it forms as it comes into the sunset lineup.
We got a winner for a Surfer the Bar t-shirt, Alex Vieni from New York. Alex, you just won a Surfer the Bar t-shirt. Come up to the Turtle Bay tent.
Woohoo!
Couple of our New Yorkers going to go home with a nice souvenir. I don't think you'll be able to wear it too much at home right when you get home, but you can save it for summertime.
You could cut it up and make it look cute for bed.
Yeah, or sport it indoors where it's nice and warm.
Ooh, and nice set out the back for red. I believe this is Ayrton.
Wow, look at these waves, Zane. It is monstrous out there right now. And out the
Woo.
back, it is blue. Jackson Close dropping in on a big one. Meanwhile, we're watching Ayrton Cozzolini in the foreground, Jackson Close in the background, and Ayrton speeding to a barrel section.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Jackson Close can set up something spectacular, but no, I think I jinxed him. Sorry, Jackson.
Can we get a replay of Ayrton's wave?
Heads up in the shoreline. We have increasing surf. You don't want to be swept back into the ocean and rescued by the lifeguards or Hawaiian Water Patrol because it will be live on TV.
Mikey O'Shaughnessy. Oh, damn. I think I jinxed him too, Rocky.
He's a little bit out of control on that one.
Oh, big barrel at Cammy's.
All right, we're going to watch a replay of Ayrton Cozzolini. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Man, that surprises me every time.
Stand by. Heat number 4, stand by. Heat 4, stand by. We're watching that replay of Ayrton. He's just getting under the hook right there, holding his speed. The wave didn't totally cooperate, but he made it to the shoulder for a clean kick out. And then Jackson Close had a nice wall up ahead. Unfortunately, could
Ooh,
not
watch him get sucked
stay
over.
on his board.
Ooh.
And you see his silhouette just hanging up in the lip right there. Back to live action. Mikey O'Shaughnessy making it in. There's the technique for prone paddling with a paddle while you're on a stand-up board.
Hey, and we have a very special shout out to make. I want to give a shout out to Jessica and Hilton Alves. These guys are the artists, the official artists for the Stand Up World Tour. They make all the banners and the beautiful opening posters, like the one that's on the back of this scaffolding.
Yep, right on the side here too.
And every year, the winners of this event gets a beautiful piece done by Hilton Alves. So big mahalos, Hilton, for tuning in live on StandUpWorld.com. And hopefully one day I'm going to get one of those on my wall.
Hey, bro, this year is the year. We're on standby. Standing by. This wave does not count for the surfer in green. As the judges are making sure they get their information and the scores in as accurately as possible. And main event competitors, get checked in. We're going to go straight into the main event. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that is the start of quarterfinal number 4. Keikoa Awai in red. Giorgio Gomez in white. And standing by for our roster of surfers in blue and green. We'll have that to you shortly.
You know what we need to do?
Of the main event as well. Heat number 1 of the main round. Please check in. Heat 1, main event, check in.
You guys, we're coming close to the action. The action at its finest, the main event. So stick around, and you'll be here to watch all the action that the main event competitors have to offer. We'll be going all the way till the sun goes down today, I believe. So stay tuned. And if you want to leave, if you have to leave the beach, log on to your computer, standupworldtour.com. You could go to the live feed link just at the top of the page. As you can see, we got a killer wave on the outside from Ryder in red.
It's Keikoa Awai. And he's traversing up and down the wave. Beautiful top turn right there. You see the spray coming off his board, indicating to the judges that he was in the critical section of the wave. So nice opening ride there for Keikoa Awai to get it started. He's vying for the top 2 slots in this heat to advance on into the main round. And shout out to Hilton Alves with the Art in Surf, doing all the beautiful t-shirt and poster designs. Oh, correction, this Hilton Alves art. And you can check his art out on site here and on our t-shirts. Hilton always doing a great job drawing pictures of stand-up paddling situations and different types of pieces of art. And one of his coolest pieces is on Wailoa High School. If you drive by the high school here on the North Shore, it's a beautiful mural, very quality, like Wyland style quality. Hilton Alves did a great job painting that mural for Wailoa High School, and he does so much for the community. And if you can check him out, do so. Just Google Hilton Alves, and you'll be sure to catch a lot of his artwork online as we see Blue up and riding. Aaron went to go warm up at Cammy's, the left across the channel here at Sunset Beach.
Aaron Napoleon, a proud ambassador of Maui Jim Sunglasses and Rogue Paddleboards and Bud Light and Honolulu Surf Co.
So we do have names for the final two competitors in this heat. Dave Bainey in blue and Grant Baker in the green. So we've got a couple of Californians, a Hawaiian, and a South African in this heat. And the next heat should be getting checked in. Heat number 1 of the main event. Go ahead and get checked in. So we've got some big burly conditions here at Sunset Beach to start this men's competition. Day number 1 of the men's of the Stand-Up World Tour. Big late drop on the outside. That's green Grant Baker. And oh my, that mountain of water exploded. You see his board just getting thrown up like a toothpick. And check in heat number 1. Leko Salazar, Cody Kerbox, Slater Trout. As we see Keikoa Awai on wave number 2. Nice looking wave here. Lots of open face. Cranks it off the top and unfortunately could not swing his board around in time to make it back down the face of that wave. So an incomplete maneuver there for Keikoa Awai from the west side. Shout out to one of my brothers watching from St. Louis Heights in Honolulu. Shane Scarlett tuning in. When we going golf, brah? I shot a 80 the other day at Turtle Bay. Ho! No, I shot a 40 on the back 9, but we didn't end up playing 18. We just shot on the back 9 because the rainstorm came in, but I had a few pars. I had a birdie. No double bogeys. That was the key. And yes, it is looking huge out in the water right now. We've got surf on the rise. A little bit of a lull in the action right now, but we do have pretty consistent conditions here. About every 5 to 10 minutes, we've got a significant wave coming through and providing either opportunity for some nice surfing or opportunity for some gnarly donuts for all of our competitors. So all kinds of action available here at Sunset Beach. And if you want to win some free Turtle Bay Resort and Surf for the Bar gear, get down to the Turtle Bay tent and register. It's free to do so. Oh, and they're sporting the temporary tattoos. Surfer tattoos. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
$130 on your screen there. Mahalo to the U.S. Coast Guard patrolling in and around the Hawaiian waters, keeping our surfers, beachgoers, and mariners safe out at sea.
Hey, do you want to have Anthony Bell? The ocean is looking too inviting. I'm going to have to jump in for a little practice session just in case I get going in the main event later in the day.
All right.
I'll leave the mic with Rocky and Tristan. Mahalos.
And on the outside, having a look, that is surfer in white, Giorgio Gomez. More waves pouring through out the back. Looks like our surfer in green, Grant Baker. Up and riding on a pretty nice one. That beautiful red board there. Nice bottom turn. Working it in the pit. Almost loses control there, but regains composure. Squatting into a nice little roundhouse cutback. And a nice another little turn for Grant Baker. And meanwhile on the outside, Kekoa Awai. In the shadows of that crashing lip, he survives, comes around the corner. And got a nice open face ahead. Nice top turn there, really getting loose on that stand-up paddleboard. You can see he's able to put it on the rail for that roundhouse cutback. And right now I'm being joined by Contest Director, Stand-Up World Tour, and World Series Director of the Waterman League, Tristan Boxford. And Tristan, what a day of competition we got here to open up this men's Stand-Up World Tour. Big, burly, but perfect.
You know, we've been so fortunate and blessed here at Sunset Beach since we first started here in 2010. It's been every year, it's just, you know, it comes around. It seems like we get the high surf advisory through, and we know Sunset Beach Pro is on. So it's so exciting, and to see such perfect conditions today too. I mean, it's pretty rare that it's this light and you know, and workable.
Yeah, the sun is out, providing great lighting for all kinds of camera angles. The waves are pumping. It's consistent. We don't have a very long lull period in between waves, so it keeps the action going for our viewers on the beach and on standupworldtour.com. So everything kind of coming together quite nicely. With the Water Patrol as well, they're a big part of the competition here, helping the surfers get back to their equipment. And some of our spectators walking up the beach there, enjoying a nice beach walk. As
we have a rider on the outside there, huh?
This looks like white. It is Giorgio Gomez.
He looks pretty comfortable out here. He's from Florida. I know they don't have such big waves over there, but he certainly doesn't look out of his element.
Yeah, and we were not expecting the big waves that we ran into during the Stand-Up World Series at Cocoa Beach. And we ran into a nice hurricane swell in September. So Giorgio Gomez kicks out, and green Grant Baker takes off, and he's up and riding now. That's our South African surfer, and gets the nose dug under and gets catapulted forward to end his ride.
Well, you know, Twiggy's going to be looking for the big surf. He's definitely renowned for his big wave riding skills, competing in Mavericks and all these other kind of big wave events. So he'll be looking to pick off the big ones.
Yeah, and he's also been a competitor at the Eddie Aikau at Waimea. So Grant Baker, a very, very renowned big wave surfer. And we saw a couple of the guys. We saw Jamie Sterling in this competition, making the transition into the stand-up paddle surfing for today's competition. And how about those Japanese competitors, man? Those guys were charging.
You know, I've known Kohei for a couple of years now. He's such a character. And here we have another rider up and riding.
That's blue. That is David Boehner. And David just not able to get around that big whitewater section, and he gets clipped. And he'll have to maneuver his way back into the lineup through the impact zone.
So I just got to know Dave Rocky out in the Caribbean for the Location X Finals. We have a replay.
And a whale breaching in the background while blue is taking off. And that was a replay of David Boehner, and he crouches low to get around this section, but not able to get the momentum to propel himself to the open face for scoring potential. So he jumps off his board. He's up and paddling, so he's okay.
So Dave's one of the characters from California. He's a great guy. He's a shaper. He's a real fun guy to be around, actually. If you get to spend some time with him, he's entertaining, and it's great to have him here on the World Tour. You know, we had him as a wild card in the BVI. He didn't go too far, unfortunately, but seeing as it was the top 16 in the world, it was pretty tough. And here we have someone else. It's him again.
Yep, that is Dave Boehner again, taking advantage of being further inside. He gets an inside wave, and some of those inside ones will provide you a little bit more open face to work with, to at least try to get a couple of points scoring with some turns.
Absolutely. So this is stop 1 of the 2013 Stand Up World Tour. This year we have another full schedule. We'll be going to Brazil next. Ubatuba Pro, a place we were just back in November. It's a beautiful place.
Ubatuba. And that, what's the date for the Brazil competition?
The date is the 16th to the 21st for the surf side of the competition, and then we have actually a Stand-Up World Series racing event just before, so kind of a Grand Slam event over there. It'll be a big one.
And there'll be a few of those throughout this year that will be Grand Slamming with racing and surfing involved, both disciplines.
Absolutely, because what we're seeing increasingly in this ever-growing sport is that a lot of the guys are crossing over a lot. Indeed, we saw 2 times surfing world champion Kai Lenny capture the racing world title last year, so it shows that there's definitely a lot of opportunity to cross over. Connor Baxter we're seeing here at Sunset Beach too, and he's one of the top racers in the world. Battled Kai for the title up until the end.
Yeah, that was exciting. As we see Grant Baker, you said it, he's going to be charging the big ones, and this is a pretty big wave for the surfer in green from South Africa. And Moore sets out the back. And I got a question for you. Are we going to be traveling back to Chicago for a Stand-Up World Series race?
We absolutely are. It's going to be a highlight of the World Series calendar this year. You know, we just laid our kind of red carpet down there last year, just a little test run, and this year it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun last year. Hopefully I'll be able to join in that excitement again. And Kekoa Awai here. Driving down the line, gets tucked under the lip with just a little bit there. And Kekoa kicks out, and nice pit ride, throwing the paddle, a little variation of a claim, I think. He was pretty stoked to make it through that wave.
You know, the Awai brothers are pretty talented surfers. Kamu, his brother, I think it's his elder brother, right?
Yep.
He's a phenomenal surfer, and whenever I put out the request for wildcards, I have all my committee coming back saying Kamu's one of the best stand-up surfers they've ever seen.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it always seems like he works too hard, so he's not able to commit to the events, unfortunately.
Well, he's definitely a hard-working man, a blue-collar type of surfer, but he is very, very talented. As we're watching a replay of Grant Baker, and on the outside, this is Kekoa's wave. You see him kind of waiting patiently for the wave to redevelop. We're watching on your screen. He flips the paddle from side to side very smoothly, and kind of looking down the line. I think he sees it coming up and stalling, and then we slow it down, and he gets just under the hook. Lots of speed, squatting, racing, and we'll call that a barrel.
You know, I mean, to negotiate that wave the way it went on a stand-up paddleboard, it was an impressive wave.
And there's the paddle throw claim. And I think I would be throwing everything into the air after making a wave like that on a stand-up paddleboard. It's a great job for Kekoa Awai.
Well, while we were watching that replay, Giorgio Gomez from Florida got another good wave. As you said, Rocky, we scored some pretty epic waves there last year. We went there for a racing event, but it was quite a fun free surfing session too.
At Giorgio Gomez's home state of Florida, we ran into, I forget what the name of the hurricane was, but we're expecting ankle snappers, and we got overhead surf in Cocoa Beach, and people there were saying, this is the biggest it's been in 15 years. I was like, perfect.
I know, that was it was a lot of fun actually. It really was fun to be over that side of the world. I'd never been there before, so it was an exciting trip.
Yeah, hopefully we can make it back there too. Yeah, we had a pretty nice welcome from Gerard and the boys on the Intercoastal Waterway. In fact, he gave me a shout out, said he was watching online.
I was just going to say we should really shout out to Gerard. I was sure he'd be watching. We miss you guys. Aloha from Sunset Beach.
Here is Blue. This
Dave Bainey.
Is Dave Bainey. And on a nice looking wave on the inside, going to make some carving turns out of this inside section as that wave dies off into the channel.
So Dave Bainey is another one of those surfer shapers. He's been a shaper all his life. It's a family business over there in California, so it's another claim to fame for him. It's an interesting thing for him to come to all the events, see where the boards are going. I mean, it's just been such a rapid progression over the last few years.
Yeah, very rapid progression.
So, it's been interesting to see, and, it's great to see surfer shapers because they're the guys that know what you want to ride, so.
I just got to interview a surfer shaper last night on Soul Surfers TV. That's on Oceanic OC16, Channel 12. But right now we got 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes. Got to interview Reno Abalera on TV last night. That was over at Sugar Mill Films for Soul Surfers TV. That's airing on Sunday evenings on Channel 12, OC16.
So, Rocky, I've got another exciting announcement to make, actually, with regards to the 2013 calendar.
Okay.
We have, we're proud to announce the Abu Dhabi All-Stars Invitational.
Wow. Abu Dhabi. Is Nick part of that?
Nick.
Over in Abu Dhabi, we had a couple of paddlers making it to the World Series.
Oh, that's true. Actually, they will be there. They'll be a part of it. But we're actually working directly with the Sports Council and the Yacht Club over there, as well as Wadi Adventure Park. So we're not actually just going for racing, although there will be a race, but it'll be the surfing in the wave pool. So
oh, awesome. Yeah, they have one of the world's best wave pools over there in Abu Dhabi.
And I was just there last week, and I can tell you, Rocky, that wave is legit. It's it's fun.
Right on. 4 minutes remaining. 4 minutes.
Yeah, so that event will be taking place at the end of March, the 27th through the 30th, somewhere around there. You'll see a lot more of that online at standoutworldtour.com, standoutworldseries.com, and watermanleague.com.
Here we go, paddling on the outside with under 4 minutes remaining.
That was a nice drop there.
And we need Mikey O'Shaughnessy to check in if you haven't done so for heat number 1 of the main round.
What? Is he? Oh, man, I've done it wrong then. Ah, crap.
He's going right back out there.
Crap. I guess it's in the computer system like that.
3:05 on the clock. 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Let me go see. Hang on one second.
Here we go, up and riding. This is Green Grant Baker. And Grant Baker milking that one all the way through the inside section and finally dismounts. That's blue. David Maney having a look. There's Zane Schweitzer going out for a practice session. Zane's going to try some lefts over at Cammy's. Little warm-up session. He's got a heat coming up possibly at the end of the day or more likely tomorrow morning. David Maney on the wave here. This is the surfer in blue. Just about a minute and 30 seconds remaining. So David Maney, nice couple of carves. Wraps up his wave there with just about 1 minute on the clock. Konnichiwa. Welcome to Sunset Beach. Aloha. The beautiful Sunset Beach on the north shore of Oahu. Sun shining. Surf is slamming. And the surfers are shredding here for day number 2 of the Stand Up World Tour. Watch this replay of Zane Schweitzer. How he bounces up jumping in, standing on his board. And then hits this backwash. Boom! Yeah. Dismounts and then remounts on his board, hitting that backwash in the shore break. Counting down 10 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yuri Dabakal. Yuri Dabakal, you're in this heat number 1. Main round, heat 1. Should be checked in. Are we ready? Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, main event round 1, heat 1 has started. We've got Leko Salazar in red. And a big jet ski wake from Hank Photo. Might have to have him get the hell out of there. Whoa, what a wipeout for White, cartwheeling down the wave. Yeah, Hawaiian Water Patrol, we might have to get Hank Photo out of there or further into the channel. That was no bueno. Poor guy in white had to negotiate a whitewater rapid on the way down his drop. Heat number 2, check in. Heat number 2, please check in. So we still got 25-minute heats going here into the main event. Big sets out the back. I do know that Yuri Dabakal is in green and Leko Salazar is in red. White spinning around on the inside. No, on the outside it is blue. Nice carving turn there for blue. I believe that is Slater Trout. Slater, also an avid World Series race competitor. Trekking down the wave on the inside bowl. Kicks out for wave number 1. Red up and riding. Here's Leko Salazar from Brazil. He got some shouts out from his boys over there in Brazil earlier on the webcast. Going to make them stoked with this opening ride. If he can get around this section, does so nicely there. And Leko connecting all the way to that end shoulder there. Kicks out clean. Big waves on the horizon. Okinami desu. Abunai ne. All right. So we got some viewers from Japan here on the beach enjoying beautiful Sunset Beach. Look at these waves. This is definitely the biggest wave of the day. Heads up on the shoreline. This one's going to come up pretty high. You want to keep your stuff nice and dry. Just be aware, folks. Be aware. This one is so big, none of our surfers were even in position to catch this wave. They have to just watch this one roll through. Oh, the camis left on your screen, barreling and spitting. Watch out. What's the third letter of the alphabet? C. Told y'all. I done told y'all. That's all right. You're at the beach. Expect to get wet and sandy. It's okay. Hopefully there was not an iPhone or a digital camera that was damaged in there. There's a shot of some of our front row seaters getting the true front row treatment. Well, now you can for sure have proof that you were here. A wet and sandy beach bag. All right. The water feels good though, right? Not too cold. It'll cool you down as we're enjoying the warm, sunny skies of the North Shore of Hawaii. Put that cell phone in a jar of dried rice so the rice can soak up all the moisture. Not sure if that's a true remedy. Could be an old wives' tale or a young wives' tale because cell phones are recent inventions that we've been able to mainstream. 18 minutes remaining in this heat. 18 minutes. Looks like Grant Baker was on a borrowed board from Kala Alexander. He's got the Mauli Ola Foundation tent up on the bike path. The wonderful organization that helps kids and adults with cystic fibrosis. If you want to find out more about that, you can get on over there to the Maui Ola tent. But right now we're going to take you down to the beach with Grant Baker out of that last heat. All right. Thanks, Grant Twiggy Baker, for those few words. And we got some sand sliders checking in. Action out in the water in this main event. Round 1, heat 1. Heat number 2, get checked in. Want to say mahalo to our sponsors: Starboard Paddleboards, GoPro, the Hero 3 out now, Amp Energy, Maui Jim Sunglasses, Pacifico Beer, and Malibu Rum. Get your island on. As we see Chuck Patterson for heat number 2 checking in and getting his leash wrapped tightly around his ankle for his go out into this big surf. He likes the big waves. Also, mahalo to Turtle Bay Resort, the Wanderlust Festival coming up February 28th through March 3rd. Should be exciting stuff over there at the Turtle Bay Resort. Come out to Turtle Bay for good times at Surf of the Bar or for an adventure on the ocean, courtesy of myself and the Hans Wiedemann Surf School. We can definitely set you up with a surf lesson, stand-up paddle lesson, or we do have all kinds of equipment there for you to rent as well. Barbara Moore from White Rock, British Columbia, wins the Surf of the Bar t-shirt. Barbara Moore? Where's Barbara Moore from White Rock, British Columbia? Check in at the Turtle Bay tent for a Surf of the Bar t-shirt. Here we go. This is white. On a nice looking wave. This is Cody Kerbox. So Cody slashing a couple turns, the brother from Maui. Time remaining in this heat, 11 minutes and 55 seconds. 11:55 remaining. So we did get confirmation from someone tuning in on Facebook that uncooked rice works as a moisture collector for your wet cell phone. Foodland is right down the road, the supermarket. Get a Ziploc and throw it in there and let it sit overnight and see if it works. Wow, look at those waves peeling on your screen outside of Cammy's. That is a solid, solid wave way out there. We're going to see some waves start hitting our Sunset Beach lineup, but look out to your left-hand side on the beach. That is some very, very big surf. If you came to the North Shore looking for the big waves, you have found them. Please remain on the beach. However, not safe to go swimming here today. Also, please remember to pick up your trash in and around your area. We do appreciate that. Keeping our beaches clean is a big part of our culture here, and we love to put it in its proper place. Here we go, having a look. This is Blue, no ride. Here we go, up and paddling. No, that's Green having a look. But it's Blue up and riding. I believe that is Slater Trout.
Blue? Yeah. So, Rocky, did you... Good. So we got Slater Trout. This is a nice looking wave, Rocky.
Oh, looks like he got upended at the trough of that wave, and now he's just getting the washing machine effect.
It's always hard to know how quickly that section's going to go, yeah? How much you stall and how much you race it.
Yeah, I've been giving the guys advice to put the pedal to the metal all the way. Always take the safe route and get ahead of it. Because if you're too far ahead, you can always score on the open face cutting back. But once you get caught behind, your scoring potential goes down a lot.
Especially when it's a surging swell like this. I mean, this is powerful swell. It's pushing hard. This is a beautiful day at Sunset Beach. Bright blue skies. Beautiful waves, light winds, and some of the best stand-up paddle surfing in the world.
Yep, what a great combination of variables here. Is see Hawaiian Water Patrol on the screen. They are allowed to assist with equipment. And right there, Hawaiian Water Patrol going to grab that paddle for Slater Trout in blue. You see him prone paddling to the inside, and Water Patrol will make the recovery.
And you know, Rocky, we have the current world champion in this heat. This is Leco Salazar from Brazil. Just recently won the world championship title last year. And out and riding, this is Cody Kerbox.
So Cody in white, nice couple of turns there. Great negotiation on that drop. Was able to stay on his feet and get a nice ride right there. But Leco is out there in the red. We heard him getting some shouts out from his brothers in Brazil, the world champion.
Do you know, he went back to his hometown of Santos, and the mayor rented a big open deck bus, and he rode through the town like a true champion. So
right on.
Leco and his father Picuruta, definitely local heroes in Santos.
Corky Summers, you have won a Surf of the Bar t-shirt. Corky Summers from Haleiwa, Hawaii. Corky Summers, you just won a Surf of the Bar t-shirt. Come up to the Turtle Bay tent and enter to win Surf of the Bar gear.
So for those of you watching out there on the web, we apologize. We had a sound issue there for a little bit. We do apologize. You lost the sound there for a moment. But now you get to hear our voices again. So welcome back. So we'd like to welcome all our visitors from all over the world who are watching this live webcast. In particular, our friends over in Brazil at waves.com.br. Also supclub.com.br. Great supporters of us on the Stand Out World Tour, but also fundamental supporters of the Ubatuba Pro, our exciting annual event in Brazil. It was certainly such a pleasure to be in Ubatuba this year, or end of last year, I should say. Such a beautiful location, and I recommend it to anyone who's wanting to go travel and surf, and in particular stand-up surf. It's really an ideal location for it. Also, shout out to SUP Journal for those of you still up in France. Bienvenue. Surfersvillage.com. And of course, our partner here in the US, SUPthemag.com. If you're watching on SUPthemag.com, welcome. We're glad to have you with us. And for those of you just on the beach, welcome. What a beautiful day here it is at Sunset Beach. We have a rider almost on the outside. So the day before yesterday, we had the Turtle Bay Women's Pro. I'm sure you've heard Rocky and Zane talking about it earlier on, but that is the first stop of the 2013 Women's World Tour. We saw some really great action, challenging conditions. A real international field, so that was awesome. Great to see the women out there. So I'd also like to take an opportunity to thank our Stand Out World Tour patrons. Our gold patrons are Starboard, Nash, JP Australia, Fanatic, Arden Surf, Corban, Bic SUP, Rogue, Mistral, Puka Patch for all your ding repair needs, and Body Glove. So a big mahalo to our industry patrons, the gold patrons, who support the continued development of the tour. Also, thank you to our silver patrons just joining us this year, Focus SUP. You will have seen Mo Freitas win the Ubatuba Pro last year on Focus. They have an exciting collaboration with a local shaper just down the road here at Sunset Beach, Pat Rawson. So you'll see a lot more boards coming out from them in that way. Definitely exciting to have those guys on board. Oh, that's the end of this heat as we count down. Oh, what is not the end? Okay. So that was the end of Heat 1 of this main event here at the Sunset Beach Pro. It was definitely a tricky heat to read. Shifty peaks here at Sunset. In Heat 2, we are going to see Chuck Patterson from California. We're also going to see Heat event winner from the Sunset Beach Pro last year, Bonga Perkins, from right here in Hawaii. And all the way from Denmark, Kasper Steinfath. He's been a great new talent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the start of heat number 2 of the main event. So as I said, we got Chuck Patterson, Bonga Perkins. Sunset Beach Pro winner in 2012, Kasper Steinfath, a young talent from Denmark, an unlikely location to have a surfer. Actually, we got a rider up and riding now. This is Tamil Martino. It's a great looking wave as he fires it down the line. Oh, he tries to pull into the barrel there. He was on the edge of that barrel the whole way through that. Tamil, this is his first event on the Stand Up World Tour. He just made it all the way through the trials. He is from Peru. So it's great to have a Peruvian surfer on tour. I believe it's not our first Peruvian surfer. We have Jose Gomez. We're sad not to see you here, Jose, if you're watching online. But we're certainly happy to have your brother-in-arms here. Tamil Martino, who is putting on a great performance here at the Sunset Beach Pro. Yeah, so Kasper Steinfath, all the way from Denmark. He is a phenomenal racer too. He's been posting some great results in both surfing and racing. He's definitely a great talent for the future, and I think he might be out of his teens, or he's maybe still in his teens, about 18 or 19 years old. So Bonga Perkins each year, he doubles up his roles here at the Sunset Beach Pro, working with Hawaiian Water Patrol, but also surfing in the event. I believe he was semifinals in both 2010 and 11, and then managed to win the event in the closing seconds of the heat ahead of Kai Lenny in 2012. He's an athlete who has achieved a great deal in his career, 3 world titles in longboarding, I believe. And one of the most well-rounded surfers there are here in Hawaii. Adept on any kind of craft, from Malaya board to stand-up board to longboard to everything. Phenomenal surfer. Calling for Alex Salazar, Picuruta Salazar, please come check in. You are in Heat 3, which will be next. Alex Salazar, please check in. Out on a wave now. This is Bonga Perkins on the outside. And looking for the barrel there. On the edge of it, Not quite pulling in, but on the edge all the way through there.
That is our defending champion, Bonga Perkins.
Good to have you back, Rocky. We missed you.
Oh, you're so complimentary.
Out the back and on a wave. This is Chuck Patterson from California. So Chuck also had a great year in 2012 here at the Sunset Beach Pro, finishing in the semifinals. He's definitely a more sizable fellow. We're going to shoot it down to the beach here for an interview with Cody Kerbox.
Wow, look at these waves on the outside. It is monstrous as we watch Kala Alexander negotiate that shore break. He's got a GoPro mounted on his board. Can't wait to see what those shots look like. There's Kala. And we're shooting out to the outside lineup. And here we go, up and riding in blue. That is Casper Steinfath from Denmark. So the Danish surfer getting a little spooked by that runaway section right there, but he's got a big wave behind to negotiate. And on the outside, no ride there. Watch yourself on the shoreline. This one's going to shoot way up the beach. We've already seen some cell phones and cameras get damaged from salt water. And the one that just came up wasn't even the biggest wave. The bigger ones are still coming up to the sand. Check in next heat. Mo Freitas, Alex Salazar, Kala Alexander, Keone Keaulana. Looks like we have most of our guys checked in and heading out into the lineup.
So, Rocky, there's been some excitement about a young character from Cape Verde, actually Italian by nationality, Ayrton Cozzolino.
Yep.
He's pretty young. He's already had a kiteboarding world title, kind of following the Kiahi Dea Boyd's footsteps. But he has a pretty radical style, huh?
Yeah, he was impressive in these big waves. Even was able to pull some chop hops, putting the air in Ayrton in his name. And got the fins free on one wave. He did it twice. And had a pretty good last heat as well. He's got nice style and knows where to do the turns. He's got great wave knowledge. And looking forward to seeing him perform throughout this event.
Actually, our Australian lady representative aptly named him Airtime.
Airtime. Taking a page out of the Rocky Cannon book, I see. There's blue with a dismount. That was Casper Steinfath. So this is a pretty stacked heat with Chuck Patterson, Bonga Perkins, Casper Steinfath, and Tamil Martino. Tamil was impressing me with some really nice rail-to-rail turns on that stand-up board in the first couple of rounds of the trials. So this is a very, very talented heat in the water right now.
He's got a great style, Tamil. Actually, when he sent me through his entry, he sent through a couple of shots of him longboarding, and you could see his style already there. He's definitely a stylish surfer from a longboarding background, it looks like. Somehow the longboarders find each other in the heats. Last year we had Dwayne DeSoto and Bonga Perkins and Kai Salas all competing in the same heat.
That was wild. Hey, I got Hina Girl right here. We'll get it turned around. Hina, look.
Oh, we look like twins with our Surf of the Bar hats there, Rocky.
Yep, triplets. Everybody say Hina takes after me when they look at me and my girlfriend. Here we go, up and riding in green. That wave spits. That is Tamil Martino, the man we were just talking about. Right on cue, goes up and over the lip, free falls back into it. And now trying to use that paddle for momentum, but that wave just races on out in front. Good job staying on his feet for green Tamil Martino.
There are some beautiful looking waves out there today.
14 minutes, 10 seconds remaining, 14:10 remaining. Looking at a replay of Tamil's wave. Nice positioning there, and then gets a nice big bottom turn using that paddle for leverage. And a little scoop off the top. And almost loses control, but regains composure and then free falls back down into it. And with these stand-up boards, that wind can really get under your board and pose quite a bit of a hazard. But Tamil doing a nice job holding it together there.
Yeah, it's great to see all the different nationalities joining us this year. We had a Panamanian this morning.
Yep.
We had 3 Japanese warriors. I think, unfortunately, all 3 are no longer with us. I think they got knocked out in that second round of the trials.
Well,
But
their first 2 heats were impressive.
some courageous performances there from the Japanese. Kohei's an amazing character, always very upbeat and just a lovely person.
A shot of Hawaiian Water Patrol looking on with Larry Haynes, our water photographer extraordinaire, on the back of the Hawaiian Water Patrol jet ski, getting some epic water shots for our post-production pieces. Here we go, Chuck Patterson. This guy has gone on huge waves with snow skis, I believe. So he's an extreme creative waterman, trying to tuck in high, driving down the line, looking for some more open face, almost catches a rail. Recovers nicely, and then floats up and over out the back.
So Chuck Patterson definitely preferring it when it's more sizable, so I'm sure he's happy to see the surf we got on tap here at Sunset Beach Sunset Beach today.
Coming up in the next heat, you know, this main round is just really stacked. We got Mo Freitas, Alex Salazar, Kala Alexander, Keone Keolana, Benoit Carpentier, Ikaika Kalama, Matt Becker, and Jamie Sterling in the next heat. And it's just, the list goes on of very, very talented stand-up paddle surfers and a couple of athletes making the transition from their respective sports into stand-up paddle surfing.
Yeah, this year, I mean, we saw it last year with Jamie O'Brien and Makua Rothman transitioning. I mean, Kala's been a strong supporter of the stand-up paddle movement for several years, but to see those guys step up was great, and to see them back again this year is really exciting to see, and joined by Twiggy Baker. Who else we got here? Jamie Sterling. I know he's been doing a lot of racing this past year. He said it's great for his conditioning for big wave surfing.
Yep. And we're going to cut to a commercial break real quick while we have a lull in the action. We'll see you on the other side.
There's so much opportunity for the intermediate and growing surfers.
Oh yeah, the North Shore has every variety of wave you can think of. Places like Buena Point on the inside where Uncle Brian teaches his surf lessons, or Hans Hedeman Surf School down there at Turtle Bay.
And here at Turtle Bay, we're blessed with lovely waves right around the hotel. Get quality surf and quality water time.
Turtle Bay is your gateway to the North Shore.
All right, so we're back. We saw Green catch a wave, Tamil Martino. 9 minutes, 50 seconds. A shot of our beachgoers enjoying the sun, surf, and sand. And Hawaiian Water Patrol doing the diligent duties of I believe that was Hank Photo correction on that red jet ski. And on the outside, we've got a paddle, we've got a rider. This looks like White. Bonga Perkins, your defending champion of this Sunset Beach Pro, slashing a couple turns in the pocket. And floating over that last section, air dropping back into it, up and riding out the back in blue. That's Casper Steinfath, the Danish paddler from Denmark. Doing nice work on his backhand and just catches a rail and goes down. So crucial mishap there for Casper. With the field with Chuck Patterson, Bonga Perkins, and Tamil Martino, those wipeouts, those mistakes can cost you dearly. Up in riding, Chuck Patterson. Chucky going nicely off the top there and continuing on down the line. Looking for more scoring opportunity, and he kicks out. The ocean. Huge waves, the biggest we've seen all day, are approaching the lineup right now. Oh my goodness. Three minutes, 20 seconds. No takers on these waves. They're just trying to stay safe, dodging these huge waves. These waves are definitely as tall or taller than our scaffolding here. So if you look up at the scaffolding and measure that height, that's about how high these waves are out there in the ocean. So imagine that mountain of water about to crash on top of you. One minute, 35 seconds, 1:35 and counting. Here we go. This is red Chuck Patterson. Chuck just trying to stay on the board, then gets up to the top for a nice little turn there. Air drops back into it. And finally, he finds the shoulder and kicks out. "20 seconds. Look at all those paddlers in the water, just happy to have that last set. Still standing. 10 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, starting the next heat. Heat number 3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here in heat number 3, Mo Freitas in red, Alex Salazar from Brazil in white, Kala Alexander from Hawaii in blue, and Keone Keolana from Hawaii in green. Check in heat number 4, Benoit Carpentier, Ikaika Kalama, Matt Becker, and Jamie Sterling. Check in for heat number 4. So 23 minutes remaining here in heat number 3. On the outside in green, this is Keone Keolana from Makaha, Hawaii. Doing a nice job carving high on the face of that wave. And a nice other carving turn up off the bottom, off the top. And a nice little airdrop into the reform section of that wave. Meanwhile, on the outside, I see a white shell of Wata, and it is Kala Alexander. And Kala shredding on that nice red board with the GoPro intact on the nose. Setting up for this inside section, stalling, moving up on the board, pulls in, and he comes out. Wow. Holy moly. That's the barrel of the day. Made it out and then got ejected. But score that. As he dives in under the second wave. So Kala finding the barrel and finding the exit. And then upon exiting, he was out of the barrel, standing on his feet. If we could cue up that replay, that would be sick. And coming up in a moment, we'll have Chuck Patterson down on the beach. Right, mahalo, Chuck. And I think this is a replay of Kala Alexander's wave we're watching online.
I'm excited to see this, Rocky. I kind of caught a glimpse of it from the corner of my eye downstairs, but happy to be back in the hot seat to see it.
And he negotiated it perfectly, did everything right. You know, he knows this wave so well. He surfs out here all the time. And you see him getting into his barrel stance. Watch him move up on the board a little bit. Shuffle his feet forward. There it is. Just to get a little bit more weight in the middle of the board. And there he is stalling for the barrel. He gets in. That's going to look epic from the water. He's piping through that wave. Just gets a small kind chandelier, but squeezes out. And right there, he's out. He made it. And then
way too far forward.
The nose digs in just a smidgen, and he catapults off the board. But what a ride. What an attempt. And what a barrel by Kala Alexander.
Well, you know, actually, Kala's the only one who's had 2 posters painted of him for the Sunset Beach for the same event. This
year?
This year it was Hilton Alves was inspired by a GoPro shot he saw of Kala where he put the camera on his paddle at sunset, and it was looking out of the barrel when he was in the barrel. So he kind of got inspired by that and did this beautiful picture you see on the scaffolding, on the poster, everywhere you look.
Yeah, I saw him out here the other day with his GoPro on the paddle, and that provides some interesting shots. And we're going to take you back down to the beach for another interview with the bonga of the last heat. control of the jet ski, and they will deliver the paddle out to Alex Salazar. So maybe Leco Salazar, some helping out with Alex Salazar in this heat.
We have another big set on the outside, Rocky. This is another feathering one.
And there's a souvenir, the broken paddle on the beach.
Nobody's running.
So I'll just repeat again. Please, could we get a caddy for Alex Salazar? He needs a paddle desperately. So we've got a nice set here. Somebody paddling in. Not quite getting in. It's definitely a slightly stronger offshore breeze we've got going here.
Oh, yeah, little breezy out there. It's gusty, and, man, when you're looking down the face of some of those waves, it is feeling like 50 miles an hour. As we see Kala Alexander dropping in, we'll see if he can attempt another barrel. Got to give a shout-out to my cousin Josh watching in Jacksonville, Florida. He's tuning in to watch Kala Alexander negotiate this very foamy face, but it's going to reform and double up for him and stack up again on the inside. And knowing Kala, he's going to try to attempt another barrel, getting some speed now, and just cannot get around the corner of that fast-breaking wave. Once again, Alex Salazar, broken paddle for Alex Salazar in white. If we could have anybody get a paddle to Hawaiian Water Patrol, we will be able to get Alex another paddle.
Nobody likes him.
All for Alex Salazar. Could we get someone, one of the Brazilians, or somebody who speaks Portuguese, please? Sileco or one of the guys. We need to get Alex Salazar a paddle. Thank you.
16 minutes, 50 seconds. 16:50 on the clock. Dala, you lose the hat, Kikes.
Hey, you guys know the guy that lost his saddle? Can I give his...
15 minutes and 10 seconds on our clock here. 15 minutes, 10 seconds.
So just looking ahead at the next heat, Rocky, we got a pretty interesting showdown here.
Yep. Benoit Carpentier.
He got 7th last year, and he's just 16 years old. That means he was probably, I think he was 15 last year when he was out here.
And he was in the Nakamakai Youth Challenge at Turtle Bay, so double duty for Benoit Carpentier.
Did you see that turn in the, I don't know whether you saw the Waterman League press release, but it was pretty intense.
I didn't see that one, but I saw him do some pretty radical turns on Wednesday at Turtle Bay. That was incredible surfing by Benoit. He'll be joined by the likes of Kaika Kalama, Matt Becker, and Jamie Sterling. So that's a stacked heat as well. All of these first-round heats, very stacked.
Ikaika has a great history here at Sunset Beach and indeed on the Stand Up World Tour. You know, he's been in many finals on the Stand Up World Tour, both here and at home on the Big Island. As we got a rider, not quite on it on the outside.
And once again, no swimming at this beach today. No swimming here at Sunset Beach. But if you're looking for safe swimming, head up to Turtle Bay Resort. We got a beautiful beach there, of course, after our competition wraps up here at 4 o'clock. But head on up to Turtle Bay Resort on the east side of the resort, a beautiful protected cove, Kuilima Cove, right in front of Ola Restaurant. Safe swimming for all ages, for all skill levels. Just make sure you stay inside those orange buoys. I have had to swim out and rescue people before, so stay close to the beach there at Turtle Bay and enjoy safe swimming on the east side of the resort, a protected cove, all year round safe swimming.
So, Rocky, we got another solid set on the outside as we see it feathering way out there.
Yeah, those waves have to be at least 10 to 15 feet Hawaiian size to be feathering that far out.
So here we have rider in green. It is Keone Keaulana showing grace and style here. While on the wave behind, this, I believe, is Mo Freitas.
Mo in red.
Mo stunned the world last year, winning the Ubatuba Pro. Looking for a good result to start the year.
On the outside, it was Alex Salazar briefly as Mo Freitas wraps up his ride on the inside. Trying to get out in front of that whitewater, just gets swallowed. Not much you can do there besides take the beating. Kala Alexander on the outside. Nice big drop. We saw him attempt a great tube ride earlier in the heat, which he was able to complete and come out and watch your stuff on the inside on the shoreline. High surges up the beach.
Yeah, Kala definitely knows this wave well. You can see he always sits in the right spot.
Lost board. Lost board.
He had a couple nice setup turns before that barrel too, right?
Yep.
Definitely some great surfing from Kala Alexander. Other heats to look forward to before the end of the day here. We have in Heat 5, we got the Brazilian phenom Caio Vaz. We've also got Cavella boy Noah Janela. He lives just down the road. Another great kid, regular on the Stand Out World Tour and an incredible talent looking forward.
They got him. They got him.
All right, so Keone Keaulana reunited with his board. Mahalo, thanks to Hawaiian Water Patrol. As we approach the 3 o'clock hour here, a beautiful afternoon at Sunset Beach. Welcome to you live here on the beach and live on the web at standupworldtour.com. 10 minutes, 50 seconds.
So also coming up in Heat 5, we have Jamie O'Brien. Always one to look out for. It'll be interesting to see how he has come on since last year. His first time stand-up paddling out here at Sunset.
And he gained a whole new respect for the athletes and for the sport, I think, after his experience last year. Good to see him back in the mix once again. He's, of course, a well-known pipeline surfer. Now trying his luck in this Stand-Up World Tour event, Sunset Beach Pro.
And also, actually, we should mention Kainoa Hawanio from the Big Island. He was one of the most impressive surfers in the trials last year. Unfortunately, he had to head back to the Big Island, missed the main event due to unforeseen circumstances. But he is an incredible surfer, shortboard and stand-up. So you can expect some great things from that Big Island guy.
Yep, he's definitely an all-around talent. I had the privilege of watching him during Uncle Boogie's 4th of July contest a few years ago, and the Hawanio family was very impressive. Kainoa, namely, as he excelled in longboarding, shortboarding, and stand-up paddling, like you said, Tristan.
Copy.
7 minutes, 30 seconds, 7:30 on the clock. Oh, and a big set out the back. Look like everybody might get caught in by this one. Everybody's going to be dodging this big set. Marching through here at Sunset Beach. Prevailing offshore winds, creating that beautiful spray off the top of the wave. This wave is definitely as tall as our scaffolding here. All right, this is an announcement from Maui Gym. If you're a non-competitor and you're just down here watching and visiting or hanging out, if you're wearing Maui Gym sunglasses, go to the Maui Gym tent and they have a nice free gift for you for sporting your Maui Gyms. So non-competitors, head to the Maui Gym tent if you're wearing Maui Gyms, not you, Skip.
I was going to say, what's the fine print on friends and employees and that kind of stuff?
Nah. He's got a nice pair of Maui Gyms on. But any non-competitors or non-affiliates wearing Maui Gym sunglasses, the first 10 people to sport their Maui Gyms at the Maui Gym tent will win a special prize from Brother Scott. 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes.
So I'd like to say a big shout out and thank you to Pacifico, a big part of the Stand Up World Tour and Stand Up World Series for the Waterman League. They were a great support as kind of the U.S. partner for the World Series in 2012, and they're joining us here again at Sunset Beach. So a big shout out to all those guys back in Chicago. Hopefully you're watching. If you are, it's great to have you here in spirit anyway. And we look forward to seeing you all back out here again soon at Turtle Bay.
Pacifico Clara, cool down with a nice cold Pacifico at Surf for the Bar or the Hang Ten Bar at Turtle Bay Resort.
So that was just a call from Keahi Dale Boyts. He was in the finals of the BVI. Oh, no, the semifinals of the Location X finals. He is also a world champion kite surfer, and he is just found out he doesn't have to compete today because we're only going to get to the end of heat 6 of the first round. So he's going to be free, and the wind's picked up enough for him to go out at yards, which is a break further up.
All right. He's going to jump out on his kite.
He's going to take the opportunity to put some wind in his sails.
Oh, he's going to join that kite surfer out at Backyards.
I tell you what, I saw some of the most impressive kite barrels that I've seen in a long time out there a little while ago. Keahi and Rio Stevens, they're both phenomenal kite surfers. And yeah, he's also an incredible stand-up paddle surfer, competing here in the main event.
Well, sometimes it's a similar feel, holding that paddle in your hand, kind of like holding the crossbar. So they are used to having their hands full while doing turns, unlike conventional surfers who are used to having their hands free. As we see Green dropping into a nice one. That is white Alex Salazar.
It's a nice looking wave. Looks like it's got plenty of wall on it for him too.
Oh my goodness, what's he going to do? Shooting
This
the
could be the
curl,
second.
staying in there, highlining, pulls in, gets covered for a moment.